Okay, hi, welcome. It's Paul from Xing Yi Academy. Today we're going to do a little bit about structure, Xing Yi structure, and what we call tiger embrace. This is going to kind of feed in to a little mini course that we're putting out through our email list at the moment. So if you're not on the email list, then check out the links and stuff that are below this video.
And in the cards.
And in the cards at the end of the video too. All of this also ties into our online course, Foundations of Xing Yi Quan. But we're going to just jump into this a little bit. So first thing is, what is tiger embrace? Tiger embrace is one of the 6 big important things that you find out about from your Santi shirt posture. So tiger embrace is this roundness that's in your structure. You get this in the arms, you get this in the chest. So the chest also becomes rounded. You also get it in the legs, so the legs round out as well. So at no point are we like straightened out, extended. No point are we folded in and completely flat, because there we're going to lose connection. So the idea is that we're creating a physically strong structure that's as round as we possibly can get, but at the same time it's not rigid. So I'm not tensing my muscles at this point, because that's just going to make that really hard and solid and easy. That makes it easy to move as well. I want to make this kind of springy. If it's too floppy, it's going to fold in. It's not going to give me any protection or anything to move through. But if it's springy, then it's going to absorb force, and it's also going to be able to then release force as well. So what I'm just going to show you, this is just a really quick demonstration, is that once you start to feel this springiness in your structure, you can start to use this to defend yourself slightly. There are other things that you need to be aware of, like positioning, timing, distance, but once you've got some structure, you can then absorb some force and absorb some of the strikes that are coming your way. So I'm going to bring David in. First, I'm just going to give you a few examples of how not to do things. So if my arm's too soft and David's going to try and hit me, then he's just going to slide through, he's going to get in. So he's going to go for my chest so I don't lose teeth. I'm just going to try and get my arm in the way, but it's soft and it breaks through it, okay, or it slides around it very easily. If I'm rigid, then similarly, if he kind of like hits my arm or something like that, he'll be able to move me. So just grab me or pull me or something here. It shifts my whole body. And then if I'm too rigid as well, what might happen is that if David throws a few shots at me and he's flowing and smooth, I might be able to stop 1 or 2, but this slows me down. I'm tied up because I'm too heavy, and he's landing a couple of shots here. So I need this springiness, but I also need to be relaxed enough so that I can stay fluid as well. So if David comes in again, he's throwing some strikes, I'm using this springiness. You know, you can go faster if you like. I'm just bouncing off some of these with my arms, just using this roundness to impose my. You see, like I can press into him here, bouncing back without really compromising much. If I'm too solid again, he's sliding through, he's coming around it, he's pushing me away. As soon as I go a bit more springy, it becomes harder for him to get in. So we're using this, okay, cool. We're using this springiness to give us one aspect of defense. Now, you're not going to let someone throw punches at you forever like that. You may only need to do this, maybe even just one, you defend and strike through. So you bounce something off, bounce, strike through and hit. You don't want to be too hard in that, because again, if I bring David in again, just going a little bit deeper here. If he throws like a slightly arcing shot at me, if I go hard here, he feels that immediately, and he's going to change and do something else. He's going to swing around and hit me. He's going to use that force as it comes in to bounce off and go through somewhere else. If I've got some springiness, rather it absorbs this, so it feels like it's still coming towards me, and then I strike through back at him. We're losing our light, so we're gonna finish off there. Now, I hope that gives you a little bit of an aspect. It's just a tiny little bit. This builds and builds and builds. You'll see some of that in the mini course if you sign up to the emails, and we're going to this in massive depth if you sign up for our online course as well, the Foundation of Xing Yi Quan. Right. But quite a few people, they email me and they say to me like, oh gosh, I've done all these techniques and stuff, but you're showing me this and it's so simple, but now everything makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. Because to me, things like I'm thinking like, isn't this obvious? And these guys, they've never been shown it, so to them,
yeah, we've got a bit of light.
You're not going to get it. That's just going to be annoying.
Oh.
Hold on, this is going to be a really good video. Angry wasp. Completely black video. Got some secret stuff to show you.
Yes.
Well,
there we go. Oh, hang on. There we go. Go.
Okay, so Joe's asked me to talk about our Xing Yi mini course and why it's so good. Right.
What's it about? What's it about, Paul?
Our Xing Yi mini course is all about learning to connect your core, your dantian, your zhongwan, your waist into your body, and how this can really start to improve all your movement, but especially how that can go into developing jin, combative force, in all your techniques and strikes. So it's something that that is at the core of everything. And quite often people jump in learning Xing Yi Quan and they focus on standing post, developing conditioning like Santi Shi, and they also then get into the 5 elements, actually doing technique and doing application. And a lot of this fine detail, this motor control, this moving the core, it's just expected that you pick it up as you go along. And in a way, a lot of my training was like this as well. But in this course, what I've done is I've kind of tried to isolate this and take it out there so that you can really get the grasp of this right from day one. So you're going to be learning practical combative kind of exercises. It's full of exercises. Each lesson, there's 4 lessons, has got practical exercises for you. Right at the end, you'll be getting into some of the 5 elements of Xing Yi, and you'll be able to jump right in there and start practicing immediately.
Cool. Hey, just in time. Just in time.
Oh, okay.
That's some cool lens flare there, though.